Hello, it's Grammy. I'm just pulled off the road here at a rest stop, and it's by a pretty little creek. I'll show you that first. And the grounds here at the rest stop. And then out there's the parking lot and some picnic tables. And there's more on out that way. Just wanted to stop and check in with all of you. As I was driving, I was thinking about Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, and how he's mocking Donald Trump by the things he does, trolling him. And on Fox News, it's just tearing them all to pieces. They think Gavin is so stupid to be trying to do what Donald Trump did. He's not trying to do anything like Donald Trump did. He's just mocking Donald Trump. They don't even realize it. He's trying to say, look, this is how he acted. Isn't it silly? And then this Cracker Barrel thing. I mean, my gosh. Cracker Barrel decided to change its logo, and they go crazy saying Cracker Barrel is woke now, and whatever. Don't you remember the Teletubbies, the little cartoon? They started some kind of big stink about that. And the Smurfs, the blue Smurfs, and SpongeBob SquarePants, and some of the Eagles songs were like, talking about the devil and, way back in the day, what they said about John Lennon and the Beatles. I mean, it's just anything and everything to criticize and find something wrong. It's just so ridiculous. Uh, the peace sign was the cross broke, and upside down or whatever. just It just goes on and on and on. It'll never stop with these people, never. Oh, what's got me most concerned right now is our elections when we vote. Are they going to be fair? Because everything that Donald Trump has ever said, he was talking about himself. Every single time. He's all about himself, always has been. So, that concerns me. Will the elections be fair? We know they've already tried to rig the elections in Texas so that they can get more seats. They're not about working together with people. They're always about tearing people down. And they want to say they're not racist, and oh, how they are. Oh, how they are. I've said on videos before that, they wouldn't know Jesus Christ if they ran into him face to face. And they wouldn't, because he was a brown skinned man. Middle Eastern. Oh. And Trump's worried about whether he's going to make it to heaven. Now, that's not for me to say whether anybody's going to make it to heaven or not. God's the judge of that. So, if there is a heaven, as a lot of people believe, nobody knows for sure. Nobody knows for sure. But we all have our own beliefs. I like to believe there's a heaven because I know that I have family in heaven, and when I die, I want to see them again. So, yes, I believe in heaven. It gives me hope. It gives me hope. Another thing that's been on my mind is how badly our farmers have been treated that raise all the food that we eat. How bad they've been treated and how they have been lied to believe things are going to get better. My opinion is they want the farmers to go under. They want them to go bankrupt, get to the point maybe where they have to sell their land off, and then these wealthy trillionaires and billionaires can buy up their land and build whatever they want on all the farmland. And it doesn't matter if we don't get any vegetables or fruits or whatever's being grown. Doesn't matter to them. They figure we can all just raise chickens and grow our own food. But as we know, people that don't live in rural areas, that live in cities, they won't be able to grow their own food or raise chickens. I mean, how ridiculous is that? Not everybody can do that. Now, the wealthy trillionaires and billionaires, they don't have to worry about that because they'll have money to get fruit and vegetables wherever. And as much as it costs them, it won't matter. They just don't have any conception of everyday people. And they want to hurt us. They just want to hurt us and beat us down into submission. That word submission. And talking about the word submission, so what is going to happen about the sex trafficking that went on with Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell and all the men, hundreds of men that paid to have sex with young girls, children, not adult women, children? What is going to happen? Are we going to be able to do anything about that? I don't know. That's why I worry about the next time we all go out to vote. Will they be trying to tell us that the elections are rigged and we're the ones cheating? Because like I said, with Donald Trump, everything he says, he's talking about himself. Always has. It's always been him. Everything is about him. Well, as I said yesterday, I don't understand why these everyday people out here want to hurt the rest of us when we should all be working together to put a stop to these oligarchs, as they call them, trying to run our lives. And they've been doing a pretty good job. And they've been working at it for years. They want to control us all. And we just do what they think we should do. We don't have health care. That's too bad. I admire the Cherokee tribe for taking care of their elders. Their, and the whole tribe. They get free medical care. I don't understand, as a country as we have been, the richest country, the greatest country, that we can't help take care of people. I mean, the other side from what I'm on, think there's a bunch of people out here that don't want to work. Now, we have a problem with some homeless people all over the United States, and they're on drugs, a lot of them, and we need programs to help them with their problems. And a lot of them do have mental issues. We need programs to help them with their mental issues so that they would be able to work. But now, someone like me on Medicaid, on Medicare, that worked until retirement age, and I've mentioned before about my Social Security. I don't get a lot of Social Security. And they expect me to go back to work in order to pay for my health care. That's so cruel. You should be able to work, the people that do work and have worked, regardless of what kind of position you had. I mean, nowadays, if you don't have a title, if you don't, if you're just a service worker like I was, waitress and cleaning and sales and those kind of things. Somebody has to do it. And the millionaires and the trillionaires, they love having people do everything for them. But we've been out here doing these jobs, or I did, most of my life. And now they make me feel like it didn't mean nothing. Because I didn't have a title. Some kind of a title, where I made better money. Let's put it that way. Where not everybody has a job where they make good money. And, they didn't even want to pay me a minimum wage part of the time. I had to fight for minimum wage. And the Republicans have never wanted to raise the minimum wage. They just wanted to keep us poor and waiting on everybody. But anyway, let's go back to the funny things. And I am enjoying the governor of California, Gavin Newsom, making fun of Donald Trump. Because it's like holding a mirror up to him. Like saying to him, this is how you acted. And it is silly. It's very silly. And speaking of Donald Trump, they went on and on about Sleepy Joe and he was too old and all that. Donald Trump is very sick. They don't want to talk about that. He put out all those things about how virile he was and strong and pictures of his face looking like Elvis or a bodybuilder or Superman or whoever. Well, he's just human like all the rest of us. And here lately he's been mentioning he wants to go to heaven. Well, he'll not get to heaven trying to pretend he's something he's not. Anyway, these are just some of my thoughts. One last look at the creek, and I'm going to get back on the road again. Love to all of you, my Tangled Up in Blue tribe, and anybody that would like to join our tribe, subscribe to my channel, and give me thumbs up on the videos you like. Here's the creek. The water just keeps moving on, and so will we. Bye, Grammy.